when you set up a campaign on CAASie, you have a couple of options. One, you can set up a short duration campaign. For example, if you have a sale during the weekend, or you can set up an ongoing campaign like you would do on Facebook. The other options that you get is to either hand select your boards, like for example, you know the area, then you want the board that is next to your office, you can pick that board. That's hand selecting for your campaign. The other option is geofencing. If you know your address that you want to target all the boards around that area, you can do that as well. So let's start with a new campaign. I'm going to call it just a simple test, which can be changed later if you need to. You're given the option to add a team for your campaign. If someone's going to, different teams are managing different campaigns, you can enable that and pick a team that's going to manage your campaign. Save and continue. Here's where you're given that option of either selecting an ongoing campaign or selecting a short duration campaign. In this particular instance, we're going to do a short duration campaign for 2 days, from the 28th of July to the 24th of July. Save and continue. We'll geofence an area and we'll pick all the screens within that area. So let's go with target based on locations. I'm going to select that. I'm going to save and continue. Now you can type in the address that you're looking for. In this example, I'm going to type in 4 Pearl Street, which is our head office. Snacks Creek, and if I enter, it gives me a couple of addresses. So now this is the address that I'm looking at. I'm going to hit plus to add it to my campaign. I can add more addresses if I need to. I can say the 100 Chalk Street. Twitch. Let's see if I can get something. There are 6 boards in this area. This is the street that I'm looking at, so I'm going to add that to my campaign. So once I've selected the addresses that I'm going to geo-target or geofence, I can hit done. Once I've done that, I can see that I'm targeting a 500-meter radius. I can increase that radius to, say, 10 kilometers or 2 kilometers or 3 kilometers. In this instance, I'm going to just say 2-kilometer radius or 2,000-meter radius. And you can see that I've picked, that is your Chalk Street, and below here is your Slacks Creek. I need to scroll down. Once I scroll down, after I've selected that geofenced 2-kilometer radius, I scroll down. I can see that there are 10 billboards in that area. I can add them to my campaign. I can add all the urban panels within that radius. I can add that, or if I need to add any bus shelters, I can add them in there. Now I've selected 10 billboards, 2 urban panels, and 4 bus shelters in my campaign. If I don't need the urban panels, I can remove them here. Or I can go into the 14 boards that I've selected. I can click on it. I can hand pick what I need. Maybe I don't need this particular board. I might remove that board from my campaign. If I say save and continue, I've added all the screens that I need. Now I'm given the option to pick the time of day that I want my campaign to run. So I can select always on. If I select always on, my ad is going to play on those screens 24/7. Or I can custom select. I can custom schedule my campaign. I can say that I need my ads to run only between, say 6 in the morning till 8 in the morning. I can also add any other time that I think would be ideal, or when my audience are going to be in front of their screen. I can say, between 4 and 6 as well, or I can also pick the lunchtime if I need to. Save and continue. Here CAASie gives you a bit of an estimate on how much it's going to cost you to run your campaign. If I I can set a budget here. I'm going to run it for a couple of days. So no, I can hit. It gives you a suggestion of $90 and to get one ad every roughly 8 to 10 minutes. If I have more money, I can say that, look, I've got $100 or $150 to spend on the campaign. I can do that. Or if I have to go by what CAASie is recommending, I can just hit the magic fix, and that'll give me the figure that is recommended, one ad every 8 to 10 minutes. Now, additionally, I can pace it. If I set it on auto, it's going to try and paste that $90 across the 2 days that I've selected my campaign to run. Or I can even select an hourly pacing. You can say that I wanted to spend $10 an hour. I can do that. Or I can say that I want to spend $20 an hour. I can do that as well. I'll leave it on auto for now, and I'll hit save and continue. Here's where you upload your artworks. It tells you that you need 7 different resolutions to run your campaign. So you can, once your designer gets your artworks ready, all you need to do is bulk upload it here, or you can individually upload it one by one over here. If you need all the specs up as a CSV file, you can download it here and pass it to your designer to get all the artworks ready. You can also see that this 1080, 1920 covers 4 of the 13 boards that you've picked. We give you an indication of how many boards carry that common resolution. Even if you don't have the artworks ready now, it doesn't matter. You can hit save and continue. You can come back to it later and you can upload your artworks. Save and continue. Here you get your quick summary of your campaign. It tells you how you've set your campaign up. If there are any problems with your campaign currently, it says that you do not have any artworks uploaded, and we know that we haven't uploaded any artwork. So it gives you that warning on if there are any problems. If you save and continue, the campaign is ready now. The setup is ready, actually. It gives you a bit of a warning to say that it's not live yet. Hit save and continue. You can, currently the campaign is paused. You can hit play once you've uploaded your artwork, and also once you've topped up your account with enough credits.